Join us for a captivating new series where Lawin sits down with the trailblazers of the music and entertainment world. Discover the stories behind the faces and voices that shape our culture and community.
We will bring you exclusive interviews with industry legends and rising stars. Behind the scenes insights and get a peek into the creative processes and personal journeys. Artists and performers and their upcoming shows and events.
Stay tuned for more updates and sneak peeks. Follow us on social media and subscribe to our channel.
Be bold. Why not? Season 3. Make your mark, lead with pride.
Arm yourself with courage. Stand out and rise above.
Be the leader that you can be.
Lead others with passion.
Join us as we chat with MJ. Be part of the conversation. Every Monday at 7 p.m. Central. Tuesday, 8 a.m. Philippines.
Ready for some real talk? Pink Table Talk is all about empowerment, entrepreneurship, and the vibrant stories that make the world go round. Don't miss out on the gems shared in this heart-to-heart session with Dr. Carly D. Every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Time.
Attention, food lovers! Get ready for a brand new culinary adventure with the Commissary Kitchen.
Join us every Thursday at 8 p.m. Central Time, or 9 a.m. in the Philippines, for a live show that brings the best of the kitchen straight to your screen.
Presented by Lawin Live Stream and Podcast and produced by Lawin Media Network, we'll explore delicious recipes, share expert cooking tips, and bring you closer to the world of gourmet cuisine. The Commissary Kitchen, where every meal is an experience. See you there. Tune into Legal Treats with attorney Eileen Ligote Dizon every Friday at 8 p.m. Central Time.
Get your weekly dose of legal insights about laws and legal matters, especially on divorce, estate planning, probate, and settling a deceased estate.
Engage in discussions by posting your questions, comments, greetings, or shoutouts.
See you every Friday at 8 p.m. Central Time. That would be Saturday at 9 a.m. Philippines. Don't miss out.
In a world cluttered with information, where truth is power, Lawin Weekly News stands apart.
We delve deeper, uncover facts, and bring stories to light. From political showdowns and economic triumphs to the pulse of the street and the heart of the community.
We capture the moments that define us, stories that challenge, inspire, and transform.
Tune in live Sundays 8 a.m. Central Standard Time and Sundays 6 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Are you ready for engaging conversations on education, teaching strategies, trends in the classroom?
Tune in to Teacher Talk, Live Chikahan, with your hosts, Teacher Cora and Dr. Clare.
In each episode, we'll dive into meaningful discussions, share insights, and connect with fellow educators.
Don't miss out on the fun and camaraderie. Grab your coffee and join us for some lively Chikahan. Every Saturday, 9 a.m. Central Time, 10 p.m. Philippines.
Lawin Media Network.
Bringing to you the most relevant content across all platforms.
Business, legal, politics, health, lifestyle, and entertainment.
Your source for all the news and updates in the greater Houston community, from Texas and all over the world.
Get informed and empowered with Lawin Media Network.
The following program is produced by Lawin Media Network. The views and opinions expressed in this program are solely those of the individuals appearing on the show and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of Lawin Media Network, its affiliates, sponsors, or partners. The content provided in this program is intended for informational and entertainment purposes only. Lawin Media Network does not guarantee the accuracy, completeness, or timeliness of the information.
Good morning! Welcome again to another episode of Teacher Talk.
Live Chikahan with Teacher Cora
and Dr. Clare. How are you, Cora?
I'm fine. I'm excellent.
I
had a great week. I really had a great week. Kumusta kayong lahat dyan, Pilipinas?
Yes.
Ready? I have my coffee.
Okay, this is going to be another morning cheer, so make sure to grab your coffee or tea because we're about to embark in another great conversation, right?
Yes.
Cheers, Cheers.
Cheers, everyone. We're ready for today. Did you all grab your coffee?
Yes.
Let's go.
All right.
How was your week? How was your week?
Oh my gosh, my week was just amazing. Of course, we're getting ready because, you know, the university is about to start next week. So a lot of planning, you know, course planning. I had another meeting. It was really a good one because I had a back-to-back meeting with other professors who's going to be teaching the superintendency and the principal preparation. And, you know, as always, we're also under TEA. So a lot of those things to discuss, but all good. But, you know, I had a wonderful weekend, and I think I just really want to thank everyone for, you know, coming to the Jaya Live Houston concert. It was very successful. We had the jam-packed house, right? And
yes,
it was
really great. Tell us your performance, Dan, and then something to our audience today.
Yes, we do. So let's go ahead and watch this clip for the video, a short one of how that performance went. Just want to share with our audience, diba?
Oh my God, Claire. That is a new star was born. Is that
Oh.
your concert or Jaya?
No, it was
Oh,
Jaya's
wow.
concert. That's definitely because we're gonna be sharing next in a while that the snippet of how our soul diva, our soul queen of soul, right, performed. But thank you. I was just blessed with the opportunity. It's been 23 years since I last, was on stage and did a performance, but it's all good. And how about you? I know you were there. How did you enjoy it?
I really love the lineup of the music that you all played in there.
Mhm.
The 80s, oh Lord,
Oh,
that's my jam. Especially when she sang the medley of Sharon Cuneta.
mhm.
Damn, it was so great. I love it. I really wanted to get up and dance on some of the music that was played there, but it was really, really fun. And for a long time, you've been hearing music coming from, Filipino songs.
Mhm.
That was really a relief. It was a distress
Ah,
time. So
it was
right
like
in
a
time for our
self-care.
show today.
Exactly. Well, why don't we play the clip of, how everything went? Just a snippet of that so our audience can also share, that experience, a little of that experience. I think.
Wow,
Oh,
that is really, really awesome, Claire.
I know, and you were up on stage dancing with us, Cora.
Yeah.
We saw your moves, so that's amazing. All right, so let's now get into today's episode, which is about
Right.
self-care, and that's what we're talking about. Going out, enjoying a good music. That is also part of self-care, but we
That's
actually have
true.
invited,
Mhm.
really amazing guests that will give us some
Excellent.
insights of what self-care is because it is important to us, especially sa mga guro. So
Yeah.
let's
Let's
start
start.
now with our first guest. He is Dr. Clemente E. Logronio, Jr., aka John, originally from ba- Burauen, Leyte, pursued a career dedicated to serving both God and society. He completed his nursing degree at Bellis College, ranking third, wow, among his
Mm.
peers, and later obtained his medical degree at the Cebu Institute of Medicine with a government scholarship. Dr. Logronio became a well-respected medical instructor in the Philippines and an in-demand review lecturer for various nursing topics. Wow,
Wow.
galing. And so in 2005, he passed the NCLEX RN examination in Saipan and actively contributed to the community serving through medical missions. In 2007, he migrated here in the United States and started his career as an emergency nurse at Memorial Medical Center. He later worked at MD Anderson Cancer Center, where he received the prestigious Daisy Award and was involved in teaching and in various projects.
Mhm.
Pursuing further education, he earned an MBA in healthcare from George Washington University, where he was among the top students. In June 2019, he was promoted to RN3. He became the first in their department to achieve this position. Wow, galing talaga. Renowned for his teamwork, dedication for patient care, and continuous pursuit of knowledge, Dr. Logronio actively participates in departmental projects and is regarded fondly by his colleagues for his positive attitude. He was promoted RN4 in 2020 and is currently a radiology nurse manager at the Houston Methodist Hospital Medical Center in Houston, Texas. Dr. Clemente is currently enrolled at the Columbia International University for his PhD in leadership and strategic healthcare management. So never ending talaga. So
Grabe.
I know he is involved in different professional and community organizations such as the Samar Leyte Texas SLT. He is the chairman and CEO board of directors. He is also involved in the Philippine Kalayaan Houston. He is the chairman board of directors and an association of radiologic imaging nurses. He is the president elect. So, without further ado, let's give a warm welcome to Dr. John Clemente E. Logronio. Dr. John, welcome.
Welcome, Doc.
Welcome, welcome. Thank you. Thank you for this invitation. So honored and thank you for that very nice introduction. Thank you.
Of course, we're so
Thank
honored
you,
to
of
have you.
course.
Yes.
Doc, you will be joined today with another excellent guest. And I will introduce to you our next one is Gemma Villamor Gullaksen. She is the CEO, founder of Naturelle Skin Bar in Richmond, Texas. She was born and hailed, okay, raised in Manila. She credits her mom in inspiring her for her savvy business sense, and she really loved to do what she's doing right now. She is the oldest of the five children. Gemma worked in Singapore for years in food and beverage industry, where she gained her extensive experience in providing and managing customer service. Okay. She is also good in organizing and planning, coordinating events, and coordinating service, custom service. Gemma has a decades of experience in catering and business related to customer service. Gemma first learned her knowledge and experiences when she earned her counseling degree right in Singapore. She works at anti-narcotics, associating, coordinating out-of-school programs. She moved to Houston in 2007, attended University of Houston, graduated cum laude in Bachelor of Science in Psychology. Okay. She earned her master's degree in industrial and organization oil well at Barco and International Association in Drilling Construction. Today, we are lucky to be graced by her presence. Let us all welcome the beauty specialist, Gemma Villamor Gullaksen. Good morning, Gem.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Dr. Clare. Good morning, John. Good morning, lovely Cora. Good morning, world.
Good morning.
Yes, I love it. I love the energy. I know you are on the road, but you are doing just an honor, giving us an honor that you really spent time with us, and to talk about such a very, very important topic. So, we have already introduced our guest. Our topic for today is self care. Who cares? And so, our first question, really, to our guest is what to you is self-care, right? Looking at where you are. But actually, before they will answer that, it's now time to pause for our break. We're gonna hold on to that for a minute so our audience, that we're gonna get a very exciting response. So we'll be back after this short break and they'll answer that question for us.
We'll see you later,
See you.
guys.
See you.
All right, we are back and welcome again to all our viewers. So, we left with that question, but before we did that, mag-cheers muna tayo sa mga natin with our guests.
Cheers.
It's the morning cheers.
It's okay, Jem. It's okay.
Water is still good pa rin, di ba? All right, so let me throw that question to Dr. John. So what for you is self-care? Ano ba self-care?
Well, self-care, in the practice of medicine and nursing on my side, of profession, it refers to certain activities, that healthcare professionals engage to maintain, our own physical, mental, emotional well-being, a balance of those things. This can include activities such as exercise, eating healthy foods, of course, adequate sleep, mindfulness practices, and of course, that recognition of when there is a need to seek professional help or support, you are able to do that. So it is about recognizing an importance of taking care of oneself to be able to provide the best care for our patients.
I love that. I love the recognition, right, of being able to take care of oneself.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. John. Miss Gem, what for you is self-care?
Self-care is becoming very important to not just corporations and small business for their employees. So self-care for me as a business owner is providing time for an employee to have a break or have an off day. Because as what Dr. Dr. John were saying, self-care is taking care of oneself so that you can be productive and you can live a life to the fullest. I think that's the self-care is all about. It's a practice of taking action to preserve and improve our health and well-being.
Jim, I like the way you say that you have to take care of yourself to be productive. Now, I'm
Yes.
letting you know, as a teacher, it is really, really imperative for us to be productive every single day. Now, this self-care, we really need to have this in our mind, in our daily routine. Like Doctor said, we have to be cognizant of what we're doing so that we will be able to deliver what we need to deliver in front of our students, correct?
That's
So
right.
That's right.
I was thinking
That's right.
that therefore everybody should be concerned about self-care. So it is imperative that we do have this self-care mantra in our own thinking. I'm going to ask the both of you, okay? So why do you think the the importance and the essentiality of how we take care of ourselves, particularly in our own specific vocation or job or profession? Why is this imperative that we need to have self-care? Doc?
Gemma? Oh, okay. I thought it's gonna be ladies first. All right. So so self is very imperative. It's very important, uh, especially these days. You know, with a very fast-paced society, uh, with the increasing demands, so much stressors everywhere from work, from community activities, that we face every day. So, especially with what just had happened, you know, years back during the COVID pandemic,
Mhm.
was so stressful for everyone. It was a period of uncertainty whether you make it or you don't make it, right? So even myself and my wife, we were thinking, are we gonna make this one? Are we gonna die? Or those are very stressful, and it is very important that we take care of ourselves to be able to function, and move forward. Okay, and then of course, with the growing awareness of the different health issues, the burnout, during those times, when you get to just take care of the patients the whole day. You are not allowed to go anywhere because you might be able to transmit the virus to different people and even bring it to your own house, you know. So self-care was really very important, and to be able to do this, we have to be mindful of what we do, so it's very important.
I really like how you gave us, right, a glimpse of the why. Why start with the self-care? Because I remembered about 10 years ago, right, in our own professions, right, as teachers or as nurses, as a business owner, we really never talked about self-care, right? 10 years ago, like, you got to push through. And I think also one big thing that we have to look at is the idea of, who we are as
Who we
Filipinos
are.
culturally, right? We're hard workers
Yes.
and we pride
Yes.
ourselves in the
That's
idea
true.
that we are hard workers. So there is a point in our career na kahit hirap na, even if it's hard for us, right, to really give our all. Oh no, this is part of my Filipino pride. Sugod
Mhm.
pa rin ang sugod. And
So
then
good.
I really love, right? Because we had to realize, like, why, we have probably some new Filipinos coming in here. And when we start talking about self care, it's like, where is this coming from? I really
Mhm.
love how you linked it, that the spike really came after COVID, during COVID, when death became real, right? what
Yes.
right what's gonna happen to me if I gave it my all, but at the same time while I was giving my all, I actually lost myself. And losing myself can
Mhm.
mean, it was very evident in those number of lives that were lost, but also losing yourself in that idea of you, right? Not really knowing, am I happy in what I'm doing? So thank you so much, Doc, for that great insight to
Yeah.
let us know why all of a sudden this spike. Miss Gem, is there anything that you would like to share on that area or on that topic?
Sure, sure. Self-care is really no, it's not just important, it's necessary. It's necessary for our daily life. We cannot, or what the saying here in the US, that they're saying that you cannot pour from an empty cup. So how can you take care of others when you
Yes.
first take care of yourself? Even when we are in a plane, when there's emergency, we need to take care of us. We need to put our oxygen
Yeah.
first before we can help others. So
Right.
it is very vital. It is becoming popular though, like what everyone is saying after pandemic, because we realize that death is real. Self-care is becoming popular, not just here in the US, but across the globe. But like what Dr. Clare was saying, we Filipino are not culturally embedded on that belief because we confuse self-care from self-indulgence. Because, as a Catholic, Catholic, di ba? Parang yung self-indulgence, parang ano yun eh, parang um, hindi nababagay sa paniniwala natin. Kaya naku-confuse tayo. Kaya some of, like what I have clients in the spa, when they come for a facial or massage, they would justify their self-care, saying, oh, it's my birthday this month. Oh, I worked too hard this week for 60 hours. I deserve a massage. So we need to realize that culturally we're not educated of taking care of ourselves, especially women. We run our head off taking care of everybody. The last person we're taking care of is ourselves. So it's about time. It's about time. I am in this industry that I open the business for everybody to take care of themselves.
I love that. I
Very
love
good.
that, right? Because again, that idea of, you owe it to yourself and you don't have to
Yes.
apologize for taking care of yourself. That leads us actually
Amen.
to our next question, to you guys, because I know, just reading your bios, you're like super, super busy. So how do you handle stresses in your job? And then how do you promote your own self-care? So how do you do it, Doc John?
So, great question. How did I handle stress? And even now, let's go back to that pandemic time where I was taking care of the COVID patients assigned, in radiology. So for me to be able to handle that stressful moments, I tried to create and maintain a structured routine. So what does this mean? So, when I get to work, start cleaning everything, the handles of the doors, the
Mhm.
restrooms, close to my area. And of course, every patient that comes to me who are identified to be COVID positive, I have to focus on what I was doing. Be mindful when you help them, when I help them, move around, go to the restroom, or they ask for any help. I was so mindful about where they touch things, what are the things they touched, and then I have to clean it immediately without delay. After that, once they're done, I have to go back and clean. So that was my routine, so that I won't, be exposed, or it will prevent me from being exposed unnecessarily to the virus. So that was what I was doing at work. And of course, being mindful, of what I do. Personal care, I make sure that after work, of course, there is a routine. When I get to the house, I have to remove all my shoes, all everything that I wear from the hospital, you know, put it in the laundry immediately, and then go to the shower before, saying hi to anyone else at the house. So a routine again. And then, of course, I have to maintain some sanity,
Mhm.
continue my habits, like even
Yes.
if people were not walking, outside the house or in the streets, I still go out, breathe some fresh air, went to the backyard, and do the regular things that I did. And then few months after, gosh, I was starting to feel the burnout. So I
Okay.
told my wife, I need to take a break from work,
Mhm.
and then we need to travel. She said, "Oh, why should we travel?" I said, "Always, locally, domestically." So I said, we just have to be very careful. You
Mhm.
know, the virus, it's not, to me, it is not that contagious airborne unless you're exposed in the hospital with an aerosolized,
Yes.
uh, exposure to patients, like they are
Mhm.
intubated, they are having this nebulization or
Yes,
whatever.
yes.
So I said, at the airport, we can just probably wipe things, at the airplane. So let's go and head out to Colorado. So
Yes.
at the middle of the pandemic, we went to Colorado, just enjoy the nature. I said this will make me more sane, and even drive to Galveston just
Yes,
to walk
yes.
in the beach.
Mhm.
That's what we did. So this is very, very important for us to be able you know, to take care of ourselves
Ourselves.
and, move
Right.
forward.
I love it. I love it. Wow, wow. It was a great start of our discussion. Actually, two pieces there. I love the idea of mindfulness, being mindful.
Uh-huh.
And then part of that self care is going out. And before we actually pause now for our break, let's say some greetings. We have our audience who are engaging, interacting with us. Let me start
Let
from Shukran Habibi, watching from Caloocan, Philippines.
Hello,
Hi,
Shukran.
Yoo-hoo!
yay! Next,
Yoo-hoo!
Thank you
Hi,
for
Tin.
watching. We also have MJ. Concepcion. Self-care is a necessity. That's right.
yes,
That's
we
right.
agree with that. That's why we
Okay.
talked
Thank you,
about it.
MJ.
Thanks,
Next
MJ.
one. Yes,
Jewel.
we have Jewel Bakani, watching
Yes.
from Tarlac, Philippines.
Carla.
Hi, Jewel. Thank you.
Hi,
Hi,
Jewel. Thank you for
Joel.
watching. Do we have
And
another one?
The last
Uh,
one.
she has actually a follow-up question with that. This is
okay.
Sure.
from, do you
Dr.
want,
John and
okay.
Dr. Oh, Gemma, she elevated you. You're now Dr. Gemma.
Woohoo!
Do you recommend and suggest using glutathione and
Mm,
rhinoplasty as ways to
mm.
enhance our beauty as part of self-care?
We will answer that
They will
question
answer.
after our break. All right?
Okay,
So,
see you in a
wow, love
minute.
that question. See you in a bit. Are we ready to pause for our break?
I think probably we could let both of them
Answer the
answer.
question.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. I can answer the question. Glutathione, rhinoplasty. I mean, it's all about how do you see your life to be, right? Everyone is our own, everyone is to each own. So if you want to do that and it makes you happy, go for it, girls. Whatever floats your boat. But as a professional, glutathione, when you take it in moderately, glutathione is a number one antioxidant of our body. So if you drink every weekend like me, then glutathione is good for you. But rhinoplasty to improve how you look like, if you're happy with it, I would say yes, go with it. But at the end of the day, we live our life once. What makes you happy? I think you have my support. What do you think, Dr. John?
I
That's a
agree
great
with you.
advice.
I,
I
I,
will
I,
take,
I totally agree with you, Gemma.
yes.
Um, if it makes you happy, you know, just go for it. If you have the
Yeah.
means to do it, just go for it.
Yeah.
And of course, there
Yeah.
are also some, you know, disadvantages, but
Mhm.
just
Yeah.
be mindful again that you have this mindset that, you know, that you are for it, you know. So, yep.
I
I
love
agree.
that. So I think we got the support from our experts here, but I think the one
Yes.
thing that they're really stressing is that you need to be able to do your own research, right? Be able to
Yes.
really understand, okay, not just this process, but what's the before, what's the after. Because with the changes, remember, with the changes of having the new you, there's also that mental capacity to be
Mhm.
taken in. This is going to be the new phase that I will be reintroduced, right? With a rhino.
Yes.
Or if
Yeah.
you
Yes.
know, you're dati kayumangge, and then all of a sudden,
Yeah.
you are taking glutathione really to make yourself so white, right? It's a new person that you are seeing on the mirror, right? Have
That's
I
right.
truly
Yeah.
allowed myself to embrace this new person that I will be seeing? And I just really love how they said it, right? Educate yourself. Kaya education pa rin is very, very important as you
Yeah.
embark in that. But anything for you,
Mhm.
to elevate yourself, to make yourself happy, that they are going for it. Wow,
And
love it.
not only that, Dr. Claire,
Yes.
you need to listen to your body. That's
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
you educate yourself. You yourself could listen to your body, and if you think this is
Yes.
good for you, you feel it, then go for it.
Yes.
Okay. So
All
that's
right.
all I could say with that thing. Now you heard it from our experts.
Yes.
These are no ordinary people when it comes to self care.
Yeah,
Okay.
amazing. So we are now ready to
Thank
pause
you.
for a break, and we will have more of this conversation when we come back.
See you.
See you.
Join us for a captivating new series where Lawin sits down with the trailblazers of the music and entertainment world. Discover the stories behind the faces and voices that shape our culture and community.
We will bring you exclusive interviews with industry legends and rising stars. Behind the scenes insights and get a peek into the creative processes and personal journeys. Artists and performers and their upcoming shows and events.
Stay tuned for more updates and sneak peeks. Follow us on social media and subscribe to our channel.
All right,
All
and we
right.
are
We're
back.
back.
We have some more greetings from our audience. Oh, this is really a very, very special one. Let me see. Are we ready to flash it to our screen right here from the very
Ooh.
supportive wifey from Ayen M. Logronio? Congratulations to your show. Hi to my palangga, John. We are watching from NYC, New York City, with Auntie
Wow.
Leo. Wow.
Woohoo!
Hello,
Miss
New York.
Ayan. Yes. All right.
Hello, Ian.
Thank you.
Yes. What's our next greeting? Who is it?
We have Ivan Boloy watching from Caloocan, Philippines. Hello
Hi,
there,
Thank you,
Ivan.
Banban. Thank you,
Yes.
Ban.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Okay,
Next one.
so
Okay.
do we
This
have
is from Mary Ann Mora Sabater. Hello po. Hi, Mary Ann. Thank you for watching. And Mary Ann says also, good evening. All right.
Good,
Now,
good
we were
evening, Philippines.
yeah.
Where we
Okay.
are. We are in
awesome.
stress.
Yes. So we were actually talking about those topics. The next question that we want to have, Cora, do you want to go ahead and take
Yeah.
that next question? Yes.
So
Can I add, Cor, can
okay,
I
go
add
ahead.
on what Dr. John say something about how he handled the stress? So as a psychologist, stress is a contrast. It's a construct. So growing up, I never heard about word stress. People just work, and then it's a part of life. There's no such thing. I never heard about stress. Only recently we use stress. So in psychology, stress stress can only get to you when you let it. So again, the mindfulness and self-awareness comes in. If you're mindful on your situation, what it is, and you handle it in in a way that you're aware of your needs of your body, then stress should not be a problem. So, like for me, I don't entertain stress. When I feel overwhelmed, I will just sing a happy song and do a self talk. I talk to myself that this is temporary jam. Just do it. You can get over it. Or just smell some nice peppermint and I feel better. So aromatherapy. So all of this can help us deal with stress. Relax our body, meditation, relaxations, all those help us with the stress. Don't let stress rule us because stress is just an imaginary word, right? It's just a construct. So that's my contribution for how do I do stress? I sing a song, I dance, I shake it up, and I just like inhale, exhale, Jim. You can do it. You can do it.
So recognizing,
Yes.
I think what Miss Gem is saying is recognizing that it's present. You feel it. Yet with that recognition also comes the idea of how then do I, what are ways that I can actually combat it? I think this really segues into our next question because we wanted to
Yeah.
talk about that. Yes, go ahead, Miss Cora. It was
She did.
yeah.
Gemma really did. For our old viewers, Gemma is a psychology graduate. Okay. And Gemma, my question leads to that. Being a psychology graduate, how do you promote? No, I'm sorry, that's not promote. How do you address stress in a holistic point of view? Being a psychologist, what would you advise our teachers, particularly, to address stress in a more bigger paradigm? Would you like to share your expertise with this area, Jim?
Sure. It's called holistic care, right? It's a new approach of healthcare, considering a person as a whole. So it is in the spa. I do have a shout out to my naturopathic doctor, Michelle Pasha. So we look at the person as a whole. Um, Holistic care is taking care of how your mind, your body, and your spiritual well-being connected to what are you going through in a daily basis. So again, as a psychologist, I believe as a holistic esthetician and a holistic care specialist, we believe that we should look at stress or disease. That's why we call diseases as disease with the presence of uneasiness in the body. So holistic care should be in our daily mantra of life. When you wake up, I mean, at least for me, when I wake up, I pray. I'm thankful of my good night's sleep. I look forward and be thankful of my productive day. At the end of the day, I try to exercise, or if I can do that in the morning, I exercise as well, and be thankful. Because holistic care is more on taking care of not just our emotion, physical, mental, social, spiritual, and environmental. It's all those factors lead us to how can we take care of ourselves holistically, meaning as a whole body being, as an entire being.
Yes. And I really love how you said, that attitude of gratitude, because sometimes it starts from within that, right? What is really my
Yes.
perspective in how I see things, right? If I come like I can
Correct.
only go back to, being a teacher, it's a Monday, right? And what's really your
Yes.
attitude towards Monday compared to your attitude towards Friday?
Yes.
I really love how Miss Jem shared with us, from a psychologist's perspective. I also wanted to ask Dr. Logronio, as a medical, as an MD, right? What then? How do you really approach holistic self care? I know you gave us snippets of that in your answers during our introduction, but I want you to, expound on that now, especially that we have more viewers who are watching us. What is the holistic approach of self care?
So again, the holistic approach to me is you start with being mindful. So you need to recognize the different, stressors around and the signs and symptoms that you are having, like physical symptoms. What are these physical symptoms? Increasing fatigue, sleep issues, not able to sleep well, frequent illness because your immune system is going down, headache, muscle aches, some mental and emotional symptoms could probably be decrease in concentration, in how you deal with issues. You have these depressed modes or moods, and then you become irritable, at times, and even loss of interest on what you do. So and also some behavioral symptoms such as decreased performance, withdrawal from people, and starting to do some self medications. So being mindful of all of this, you will be able to approach the the stress, and be able to perform self care if you are able to recognize these signs of I believe so, the burnout thing. So with this, you are able to move forward. You know, it is more about recognizing and then doing something of what is happening or what is showing up in yourself. So again, there is a need, to seek help from others, family, friends, and even expert individuals if needed. So that's how we need to approach. And of course, prayer definitely is very very important. In this journey of self care approach.
Yes. I think Dr. John was talking about what Miss Jem was talking about also a while ago. Disease, right? The absence
Yes.
of easiness. So that's why it's a
Yes.
disease.
Yes.
And then Dr.
This
John
is.
specifically shared with us, right? And I love it. It's like ding, 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 right? For all of us, once you start feeling this, right? Your body is not at ease anymore. That aches, those pains, those in itself, are already manifestations that there is a dis-ease in your body. Your body is not in the right place, right? And so, wow, great, amazing. I just love how and that's why I love it that we can always go back to our recordings, right? Because we want to
Right.
recognize those. Thank you so much, Doc John. At this time, what we're gonna do is
Do we have
yes,
any comments from our viewers?
yes, we want to read
Yes.
out those
We want
comments.
to read
Go
what
ahead,
they're saying.
roll them.
Okay.
Okay,
Oh, we have Roger. Roger, good morning. Thank you for watching today. Thank
yes.
you.
And then we have Mary Ann Mora Sabater. Very informative topic. Thank
Thank
you,
you.
everyone. Glad you enjoyed it.
Yoo-hoo.
We have
Heart
Vance,
from
the
Van.
Seco. Vance, thank you for watching.
All right, who else do we have?
Oh.
Watching, wow, from
Oh,
Singapore, Miss
we have
Anna
from
May.
Singapore.
Yoo-hoo.
Yeah.
Thank you, Anne. Hello. That's my sister-in-law.
Okay. Now
Okay. Good evening, Philippines. Okay. So,
this is from Concepcion. And then Concepcion also said that she is Concepcion Cariaga de la Cruz, watching from the Philippines.
Thank you,
All
Philippines, for
right.
watching us.
I know we have so many interaction. We gotta read this.
Julie
So
Cadelos. Hi, Miss Flores. Hello. Thank you for
yes,
watching.
thank you, thank you.
Wow,
All
you
right.
guys are famous.
All right, from Emily Lee and Milao. Love your show. Very informative and relatable. Thank you, Emily. Of course, we've got amazing experts. Thank you for sharing. All right, this is
Okay, let's read Ban's the second's comment. They mentioned that enhancing one's appearance, particularly through plastic surgery, can become addictive. This habit often results in buttock look, similar to that of celebrity Jocelyn Wildersham. Are there any psychological effect of these kinds of procedures? Let's hear it from our expert,
You want to take it, John?
John.
Yes, of course, there is. So that is why it is very important that before you go into these transformative things, especially if there is a, you know, change really of your looks and everything, you need to go to some psychological tests, psychological evaluations, assessments, because there is no turning back. So once they are changed, it's hard to put them back again. So it is very important that you understand the risk, you understand its disadvantages, and you are able to accept it, because otherwise it's gonna bring you down. So yes, it has.
thank you, Doc. We
Thank
have
you, Doc.
more comments. Let's read some more comments because our audience are just so engaged with our topic for today. Can we flash in some more comments? Oh, this is from Santi Amiel
Santi.
Darcera. He says, self-care is essential to all of us because it is a practice of taking care of ourselves to improve our mental, physical, and emotional well-being. It can help us manage stress, lower our risk of illness, and increase our energy. Self-care can also help us cope with challenges like relationship problems, financial stress, and grief. Yes.
Very well
Amen.
said.
Amen to
Thank
that.
you.
Woohoo! Raise the roof.
Thank you for
Oh,
that.
that's a summary.
Uh-huh.
Okay, we have
Yes.
Roger Kalima. Good morning. I am with my roommates, and what Dr. John ring bells as he enumerate all of those manifestations. That's true.
Wow,
Thank you,
right?
Roger.
And I think one of the things is that that's why we're here, because we also need to be sensitive of other people, because sometimes the person who's experiencing it may not recognize it. But
Yes,
it is
absolutely.
now, sort of our responsibility, not an added stress to you though, right? But it's
Right.
just,
Yeah, yeah.
and if you see that and you are in a better place to be able to reach out and help, that would be amazing to do it. All right, another one from Santi Amiel Darcero. Love the show. Thank you, guys. Thank you for watching. Appreciate you. All right.
Wow, time
And
flies so fast,
Wow.
okay? Time
we
flies
are
so
now
fast.
actually in that point when we are ready to pause for our last break. And when we come back, we're going to try to wrap up this show with this amazing guest that we have. We'll see you in a few.
See you.
In a world filled with fleeting moments, there's beauty waiting to be captured. My name is Christian, and I specialize in immortalizing your most precious memories, from elegant weddings to vibrant events and timeless portraits. I'm here to make every moment unforgettable. Let me tell your story through the lens. Contact me today and let's create magic together.
In a world cluttered with information, where truth is power, Lawin Weekly News stands apart.
We delve deeper, uncover facts, and bring stories to light. From political showdowns and economic triumphs to the pulse of the street and the heart of the community.
We capture the moments that define us, stories that challenge, inspire, and transform.
Tune in live Sundays 8 a.m. Central Standard Time and Sundays 6 p.m. Central Standard Time.
All right.
Hello. We're
We
back,
are
guys.
back.
We're back, and we are now moving on to our last segment for today. And we have question for both of you. Actually, three questions. Okay. Now, first is I wanted you to three questions. I'm going to say it one at a time. What advice could you share about self care with our teachers and educational professionals and our audience for today? That's first. And then, second, what are the most important things that they need to remember when it comes to self care? And the third one is what are the tips that you could share about self care? Let's have Jem first. Okay. Jem, you ready? What would be your
So
advice
what was the first? What was the first one? Advice for
teachers and educational professionals and our audience today with regard to self-care?
so my advice to teachers who have a who come, especially here in the U.S. or in the Philippines, just there's a proverbs there's a saying in the Bible that work as if you're working with God. So whatever comes your way, I know, and in your heart that it will be over will be overstrewn. So don't let the situation of your work de- defines you because we all are hardworking people and sometimes we are being taken advantage of. Just take it as learning curve and enjoy what you're doing. At the end of the day, it's your profession, it's your life to give and educate others so that we have a better educated future people in this world. So just focus on that and love yourself because nobody else will. Secondly, what's the question for? Secondly,
Second question is what is your tip? Well, first thing, what is the most important thing that they need to remember when it comes to self-care? And the last one is your tip. What are you going to tell them, first of all, that they need to do in order to have that self-care?
okay, I think I summarized it there already.
Yes, you did, actually.
Um, yeah, so just remember, as we are here in this world as a training ground for us for the next life, remember that what we do here will be meaningless or it can be meaningful depending on how you take care of yourself because nobody else will take care of us but ourselves. Um, just be aware, like what we have been talking about, mindfulness, be aware, self-awareness of your body, of your needs, and please prioritize you because you are the one who know you better. So love yourself as you love God and others. That's
Wow.
all.
Yeah, thank you, Jim. So basically, what
Thank you, Car.
Jim is saying is that we as educational professional, we need to take care of ourselves. You cannot deliver anything without you being strong and healthy. So be mindful of your health. That is the first thing. You
Yes.
cannot give what you don't have. So you have to
Yes.
be healthy. Okay. What about
Yes.
you, Doc? What is your advice with regard to self-care among our educational professionals as well as our audience for today?
So for our educators and our teachers, we have to remember that self-care is a continuous journey. Okay, we must know how to recognize. It is very crucial that we recognize the signs of burnout, and we have to do something about it. Be proactive about it. We need to do the 3 R's.
Mhm.
Reflect, release, and recharge. Okay, we have to reflect on the emotions and the experiences we have, what we're feeling. We have to release the stress through different activities, talking to friends, talking to, peers, and even journaling if you're doing some journal things, or other things that can make you sane. And of course, recharge, engage in other activities that brings you relaxation and joy. That is very important. Second is mindfulness and self compassion. Be mindful of, be aware of the things that makes you feel good, whether it's a physical exercise, connecting with nature, nurturing relationships. We need to do that. And then, of course, we have to plan ahead. That is very, very important for educators. Incorporate self-care activities into your routine. The proactive approach can support integrated wellness, balancing of the mind and the body, and of course the spirit. And I guess it goes the same too with our other audiences. And for the tips, general tips for everyone, it is best, that we do exercise. Okay, I'm not saying I'm doing exercise all the time. Exercise, and of course, outdoor activities. This can actually help us move forward. And if you are into meditation or yoga, this is also a very good exercise that you have to do. And social connections. You
Yes.
go out, you go out, interact with people, share, with friends and families. And I guess these are one of the best things that we need to do to promote self-care.
I love
Wow.
it. Doc,
Doc, that was
yes.
really, really amazing when we hear words like this from you because, teachers, we are so busy with our
Oh
work
yeah.
and hearing you with all of this information, it enlightens our mind. And
Thank you.
definitely we're hearing from another perspective. We usually hear it from our administrators. Now we're hearing it from an expert.
I
And the best thing is Filipino.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yes,
So,
and I think what Doc just said, right, really resonates for us teachers. I love the 3 R's that he was talking
mhm,
about: reflect, release, recharge. You
Yeah.
talked about being mindful, right, being present at the moment. Sometimes you always think ahead, but you're not present at that very moment that you're doing things. Love, self-compassion, because
mhm.
we don't give that to ourselves. Plan ahead, journaling, and then social connections. Here is another comment from one of our audience, and she said, "This is Ika Darcera, watching from H Town. Very great topic. From a personal perspective, it is really important to take care of yourself so you can effectively take care of your family and your clients." Or your students, right? In
Mhm.
whatever setting you work in, sometimes negativity and stressors at work can come home with you, or the other way around. You really need to balance things because health, especially mental health, is wealth. Wow. Well,
Yes, very
Yes.
true.
oh my
Wow.
goodness. We had
Excellent.
an
Wow.
amazing, engaging topics. Of course, we were able to do it because we got great, we have amazing experts joining us today.
Yes.
And
Doc,
so,
I
yes.
want I want to say something. Doc John has mentioned about social connection, right?
Mhm.
And I want to ask Gemma because just quick, Gemma has a social event that is coming pretty soon, and this is one way to release your stress. And Gemma, would you like to say something about that? Just quick. The ball, the Gawad Kalinga ball.
I am on the way to Oklahoma with my husband. We have a Gawad Kalinga Hope Bowl there tonight. And then while in there, I'm going to do a business as well. So we have the business of taking care of ourselves, of our skin. So I'm doing business there. And then September 27, we have our Hope Ball in Houston with the GK as well. I'm inviting everybody. This will benefit our projects in the Philippines of sending students to school, the underprivileged family children, and building homes for the homeless and other activities and projects with Gawad Kalinga. So I'm inviting you guys to be proactive in the community. Cora and I, and John, and I think Dr. Clare is part of our Philippine American Chamber of Commerce. So we are here to support you regardless of your profession. We are here to support you de-stress and do self-care.
Awesome.
Thank you, Jem. Thank you.
Thank you, Cora. Thank you.
Again, we would like to thank our distinguished guests for today for those great insight. Of course, our audience for that amazing interaction. We know that this topic really hit home to many of us. Thank you again, Dr. John or Clemente Logronio, Dr. John, and of course, Miss Gemma, Villamor, Gullaksen, for joining us today. Thank you to our audience. And next week, we have also another
a very interesting topic. Guys, we are going to have, our next topic will be Eskwela sa Pilipinas at Amerika. Parehas ba?
Yes.
Okay. So we have two invited guests. We have one from the Philippines. We have Licia Ribadelo, who is now teaching at Clare San Agustin, Makati. She used to teach here, in Brownsville. So she has a very wide perspective when it comes to comparison between the education in the Philippines and here. And we also have one, we're going to hang there with her name. It will be a surprise, right here teaching in United States. So we're going to have experts like our guest today and our previous guest. So watch out for next week, guys. Filipinas at America. Parehas ba?
Yes. All right. So this has been a wonderful morning again with our live here, Teacher Talk.
Live Chikahan with Teacher Cora
and Dr. Clare. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Filipinas.
Have a blessed day.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye. Congratulations to both of you.
Thank you. See you all next week.